And hi, welcome back. This is All the News. My name is Adam, and we're looking at some interesting story today, coming from the Mail Online. And what we're talking about today, the girls are living in constant fear. It says the University of Wyoming sorority sisters blast the college for letting 6'2", 260-pound trans woman, no such thing, move back into their house after claiming he peeps at them while visibly aroused. I mean, you've got to be a he to be visibly aroused, have you not? Is that how it works? Female students belonging to the sorority at the University of Wyoming have expressed concerns, I bet they did, about the potential admission of a transgender woman, no such thing. Artemis Langford, I do like this first name, Artemis Langford, 21, does not currently reside in the house but has been granted permission to move in from September. Jesus Christ. A lawsuit filed by some of the sorority sisters alleges Langford has exhibited inappropriate behaviour from the very beginning, including staring at the girls and being openly aroused. Jesus Christ, what is going on? A group of sorority sisters at the University of Wyoming have broken cover. That's the problem. You have to break cover. You've got to come out from hiding from the threats and intimidation. Broken cover to express their fear that a trans woman, no such thing, will be allowed to move into their house next term. The reason I say there's no such thing is because it's not possible to change sex. You can't change sex from male to female. So if you can't change sex from male to female, then you can't be trans because it's not possible. So if you can't be trans, then you're not a trans woman either because it's not possible. You can only be what is possible. I can't be a lampshade. I can't be the abstract concept of courage. You know, I am what I am. But this is a misnomer. The 7 Kappa Kappa Gamma girls, there's a good name, Kappa Kappa Gamma girls who filed a lawsuit against the college claim Artemis Langford, 21, has been visibly aroused while being in their company. I mean, they're quite pretty. I'm not saying, you know. Langford, who is 6'2" and weighs 260 pounds, is not currently living at the property, but has spent a significant amount of time, I bet yes, amongst 50 other young women, and has been granted permission to move into the sorority house from September. Do you ever remember a film called Animal House, where they were trying to put up ladders and trying to look in the window of the sorority house? Little did they know, all they had to do was just say, hey, I'm a woman, and they'd have been in there. The women who already live there are now speaking out and said the move leaves them feeling vulnerable and uncomfortable. Well, of course it does. I mean, it's ridiculous. It is really uncomfortable. Some of the girls have been sexually assaulted, or sexually harassed. Some girls live in constant fear in our home. One of the sisters, Hannah, told Megyn Kelly on her podcast on Monday. They're not happy about the situation. Female students who are part of a sorority at University of Wyoming spoken of their fear that the trans woman, no such thing, is to be allowed to move into their house next year. Well, there's an interesting photo. There's an interesting photo for you. We have some women here, and I'd like you, because the left is always wanting to tell us that there's no difference between men and women. No difference whatsoever between men and women. Women, in fact, are just men with low testosterone in terms of athletics. So I'd like you, if you would, to pick out one of these women who you might suspect is the trans woman. Pick them out if you would. Could you pick them out? Could you pick... Is it possible? Is it her? Maybe. Is it her? Possibly. Is it her? Possibly. Is it her? Possibly. Possibly. A lawsuit claims that transgender, no such thing, Artemis Langford, seen top right. Top right. This person here. Oh, Jesus, this is an unfortunate picture as well. Unfortunate. Langford is alleged to have become physically aroused while being in the company of the sorority sisters. I mean, they're quite pretty, but, you know, they're not all that. Let's have a look. Men are never allowed on the second floor of our house apart from moving in and moving out. Yeah, I'm not sure that rule's applied in rigour. So it's an only female space, sort of, and not like living in the dorms. We share just a couple of main bathrooms, but it's supposed to be a safe space for us to rest our head at night. One of the sisters is now demanding the management of the sorority ensure that the home is preserved as a female-only safe space. Now, why would you want a female-only safe space, a place where you could feel safe and secure and at university, college as you call it. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Why would you want such a thing? Wouldn't you like a random 6'2" dude wandering around? Why not, eh? In the lawsuit, obtained by Cowboy State Daily, it's claimed Langford would stare at the girls in the common area for hours without talking. He seems charming. All of the women are calling for a judge to declare Langford sorority membership as void and to award unspecified damages according to the lawsuit. Again, can we pick out the dude? Maybe it's Becky here. Maybe it's Christina over here. Maybe it's Dave over here. Who knows? The lawsuit states an adult human male, this guy, does not become a woman just because he tells others that he has a female gender identity. Gee, that's so logical. You're not allowed to have logic. And behaves in what he believes to be a stereotypically female manner. Indeed so. Does it have to be about tacos? Unfortunate. Again, unfortunate. Langford, 6'2", weighs 260 pounds, not currently living on the property. Oh, I've got to say, dude, doing your eyebrows in a weird bushy way, having female glasses and lipstick does not make you a woman in any sense of the word. It doesn't. The Fraternity Council has betrayed the central purpose and mission of Kappa Kappa Gamma by conflating the experience of being a woman with the experience of men engaging in a behaviour generally associated with women. This is correct. Prior to the vote on Langford's admittance to the sorority, several members of the sisterhood claimed that the president and membership chair of the chapter simply dismissed their concerns. That's the classic situation. If you have any complaints, you're just dismissed. If you try and say anything like, this is frankly ridiculous, you're called a fascist and a bigot and you're worse than Hitler. It's a weird gut-wrenching feeling that every time I leave my room, I'll walk past him in the hall, in whatever setting that may be, and it's never a pleasant encounter, and that's the scary part. This just goes to show that we need women's spaces for that reason. Our house is our home, Jaylin said to Kelly on the podcast, and was immediately dismissed as being a fascist. All of the bathrooms are shared spaces. There are no private changing areas or locks. It's very open and vulnerable. You can't make this stuff up. You cannot literally make it up. It's just bizarre. I mean, this dude at the back, you may as well have a skateboard and be like, all right, mate. Yeah. All right, mate. And he's just told these girls, yeah, I'm a girl. Yep, yeah. And so's my lampshade. Several senior members of the sorority have also encouraged the sisters to welcome Langford. I think encouraged would be in quotation marks there. Threatened would be more appropriate. Before Langford was voted in, KKG, is that a G? I'm not very good at Greek letters. KKG sent out a Google document for members to vote on, which they initially told would be anonymous, but was clearly not. It's very Orwellian, all of this stuff. It's an anonymous voting system, but put your name at the bottom so we know who to send to the gulag. What else is going on? We've lost quite a few members as a result of this, of course. I refuse to subvert my rights as a woman to cater toward the comfort of man. Exactly. Why should you? Everyone needs to be treated with dignity and respect, but there's a line and it has been crossed, Cassie explained. We can't allow woke culture to be the arbiter of what sisterhood is. It's a shared experience, it's growth, it's development. This experience is not doing this individual any justice whatsoever. Yeah, it's appalling. Yeah. And here we have some actual women, and a nice house. And there's some stuff about what Langford has been doing. Langford repeatedly questioned the women about what their vaginas looked like, what their breast cup size, whether women were considering breast reductions and birth control. It must be a right laugh for him. He was reportedly supposed to leave the party at 10, stayed until midnight, returned the next morning where he reportedly stood in the corner watching the girls change out of their pyjamas. Reminds me of Animal House, but in a bad way. Jesus Christ, dude. So this goes on and on. Let me know your thoughts about this situation. I mean, when are we ever going to actually wake up and say this is frankly ridiculous? We've got some comments down here. It's an outrage. Don't back down. Get a good lawyer. 5,000 people up for that. Where are these young ladies' rights? Well, they're obviously trounced by one guy's rights, which is obviously much more important than a whole sorority of women, clearly. What's wrong with our country? Don't know, dude. It's the same here as well. It's the same in the UK, same in America. It's just ridiculous. This person is for the other side. He said they shouldn't put accusations such as peeping in the press. Person is innocent unless proven guilty. People are not very happy with that whatsoever. Unbelievable what's going on. I do not know the real Karen. I do not know. Not acceptable. That is correct. Disgusting. Also correct. Yikes. What's gone mad? It went mad a long while ago. Ladies, don't vote Democrat. Yeah, that's the issue, man. That's the issue. You want to vote Democrat, that's what you get. Pretty outrageous. I was in a sorority, says Julie, as were my daughters. My son was in a fraternity. You pledge, you go through the trials before you're off to spot. How's this dude allowed to just move in? Because he's playing the system. I would have a fit, both as a parent and a student. It also isn't cheap. Where is he getting the money to participate? I don't know where he's getting his money from. I do not know. It's just, that's a terrible picture. And yeah, quick, guess which one is the male? Oh, that's right. There's no difference between men and women whatsoever. They can all compete in all athletic sports. No difference whatsoever. Oh, it's this guy. My apologies. Well, let me know your thoughts. And ridiculous. And I will see you guys later.